Thank you very much, the coordinator, uh, for the poster and the questions and some of the concern. Yeah, this is also why we are kind of we'll be coming up with a couple of guidelines. At the beginning, what matter most, like we have a series of videos. I asked a boy to post it maybe a few days ago. So we need to understand why we can no longer ignore AI and machine learning, irrespective of your fields of specialization. So you need to up the game. So you need to be aware of what is going on in the world. The world is changing very, very fast. Not changing fast, but very, very fast. Being driven by the artificial intelligence and especially the machine learning, which is considered to be the next internet. When you say something is the next internet, just imagine the way internet changed the world. Now I'm talking to you now from a different place. You are in another place. We are all communicating easily. That is the power of internet. So when we say something is the next internet, and that is machine learning, so you can imagine the huge change that is expected of it to be brought on the people and the community. So that's why we had a series of videos on why we can no longer ignore AI and machine learning. We can check out those videos, three parts, part one, part two, part three. And then in order to facilitate for us and individuals, we started this idea of machine learning for all or AI for all, where we started the idea of no coding AI. That we noticed that coding has always been the big issue that usually discourage people from continuing with using AI and machine learning. So we started the idea of no coding AI because you don't really need to write code if you are not from programming background. AI is different from programming. Again, that's what we say. AI is not programming. They're totally different concepts. And if you want to learn a new system and you have to use something you don't understand, a language you don't understand to learn it, it makes it very difficult. So a lot of people have paid fortune, but at the end of the day, halfway to the training, they withdrew because they could not cope with the programming aspect of it. So we realized this need and we came in on board and we started encourage people that irrespective of your background, you can always learn how to use machine learning, how to use machine learning and AI without writing a single code. And to the glory of Almighty God. So today we've seen a lot of people from medical, from engineering, who do have background in computing, and they are doing great using AI in their field of specialization. Uh, However, that does not say that those people who are very comfortable with programming cannot be part of it. No. So I love programming. Programming is my very strong point. But then why should I disadvantage those people who are not very comfortable with programming? So if you are comfortable with programming, that is excellent. So you also build yourself. The most popular one is Python. So although it doesn't mean that is the all, you may use Python, but then when you get a job, your company may be using only R. So you have to go and learn that one and then be comfortable with your job specification in your company. And some companies use MATLAB, and there are so many other programming languages, Java and the likes. So once you know what matters most is for you to know the concepts, the principle of AI and machine learning, and those things that are related to it. Once you are comfortable with that, then moving forward becomes very easier. So once you understand the principle and how you can go about it, how you can navigate it, then depending on the project you want to run, what is the need of this my project? Can I use standalone application? Even though as a programmer, sometimes I still ask my student to use no coding AI to quickly run a project for us if you want it to be to the market as soon as possible. So because a single code can give you night PR for 2 weeks, you are not able to decode what is wrong with it. So if you need it urgently, use no code solution and get it done. But if you are comfortable with programming, use your programming skills and get it done. And then the good news is once you are very much comfortable with no coding schemes, then you can actually generate code for some of these no coding projects we have done. With the support of ChatGPT and us, this guy, now we have ChatGPT now that can actually give you code. You can describe it. You have to do prompting very well. You can provide the right prompt to give you some code that you can use to solve the problem you're already solving using no coding. So the world is getting really easier for you to do whatever you want to do. But what matters is you understand the principle and how it works. You know what step to take and what step not to take. So that is why we emphasize more on these principles and techniques that we can use and how to use it in an appropriate manner. Now, moving forward regarding the issue of certification, yes, that is good. So there are a lot of certification out there, but then don't just go for certification for the sake of certification. Go for certification based on your need. So otherwise, we just keep paying money on certification here and there. At the end of the day, you will not use them. So make sure I need this, and then you can actually get a lot of certification. You have in the Udemy Academy, a lot of them with certification. Some of them are free, some of them you have to pay money. So, and also for others. Of course, we do offer some training. We are supposed to run one in this time. We'll see if it is still possible for people who are joining to a 3 days comprehensive training where people get certificates. And also in summer, that one has been established. We always do that in summer, but hopefully we make it multiple times because of people keep joining and people keep requesting. So subject to that. But what matters most is you are able to understand how it works and then use it in your own area of field and specialization. So then moving forward, once you are comfortable with these basics, then moving forward to whichever area you want to diversify to will become very easier and hopefully straightforward. So hopefully I've shed more light, and of course the planning team and the light will be also looking into other areas to look at it appropriately. Thank you very much. So, okay, there's a question here. It said, thank you for the presentation, sir. It says, so my question is, can data science exist without machine learning, or are they intertwined? Thank you for that nice question, Aisha Animasham. Yeah, so yeah, that's one of the talk we're going to give, hopefully maybe next week if we're able to meet. So data science is not machine learning. Yeah, you see, data science is totally different from machine learning. They're not the same thing. Data science has been existing before the coming of machine learning. Machine learning came not long ago. The idea started not very long ago, and data science has been in existence for long. However, it is being done using, we carry out data science using statistical methods of, you see, you do descriptive analysis using mean, mode, standard deviation, bar chart, pie chart, box plot, and all those things you can use to visualize your data. Then if you want to do predictive analysis, you go using regression. You see, we have basic regression formula in statistics. We even have multiple variable regression. The regression that have single variable, which we call it linear regression, and then we have the multiple variable. These are ways to do data science before the advent of machine learning. However, once machine learning started, like I said, it's one of the most recent AI concepts. However, people came to realize that whatever you add machine learning to, it boosts it at a level you never expected. Even other aspects of other fields of AI, they also need machine learning to make them huge success, to make them become huge success. For example, you want to build a robot that you want it to be, robotics has been on for long before the coming of machine learning. But today you want a very successful robot, you have to include machine learning into the system operation. Then it becomes very powerful. It can learn. It can take decisions like human being. ChatGPT is a product of natural language processing. It's been here for long. NLP has been here for a long time. But the inclusion of machine learning into NLP led to the production of ChatGPT and the likes. So whatever you add machine learning to, it at a level we never expected. So the same thing to the data science. So data scientists realize that with machine learning, either predictive analytics, they can do it more with better accuracy, better performance measure. For example, when people use regression analysis, linear regression to predict something, it's at a very, very low performance. And usually they don't have the idea of training and testing separately. You see, you use the entire data to do your regression line, and then you are done. But then machine learning came up and said, no, expose me to some of your data, keep some away, and I will perform excellently well on the data I've never seen before. You see, that is the big game-changing capability of data science. So when you now compare the performance when you use basic statistical method for data science and when you use machine learning, the gap is huge, even on predictive analytics. And then to make it even more sophisticated, when we start having the concept of data, big data, for you to use statistical method on big data, you need to download the data and freeze the data. The data must be frozen before you can use statistical analysis on it, which is a limiting capability. It's a limiting factor for statistics as we move towards big data. So what machine learning has that capability. One of the characteristics of big data is velocity. The data is in motion. So you need to stop the motion, moving data before you can use statistics. But machine learning has that capability to analyze data that is in motion. That's another big game-changing capability of machine learning that is making a lot of people to come to machine learning that, wow. So with machine learning, we don't need to freeze our data for analysis. We can continue to analyze it while the data is moving. And that is a very big game-changing service that machine learning made possible. So I hope you understand that data science is not machine learning, because you can actually do data science without going the way of machine learning. Just do descriptive analysis, use your regression, linear regression to do your predictive solution, and you are done. This is what your client wants, and it's okay. So it means you can get data science done. In fact, it is stated, we'll talk about this later, some percentage of problems that you can solve without machine learning in data science. So that is why we say data science is not machine learning. So hopefully we have opportunity to explain in more detail in subsequent classes. So please, sir, how are we going to be able to have this today recorded class? Where our recorded class will be posted on the YouTube channel as soon as we are done. So if you are yet to subscribe to the YouTube channel, please, the coordinator can post the YouTube channel, also post the WhatsApp group where people can join so that they can be part of our group, so that they can get necessary information and guidelines, especially for newcomers, to know how to proceed to be able to get themselves accustomed with it. And like I said, everybody is welcome. Share with your friends, family. It's a technology that we can no longer ignore. The earlier we key into it and then see how you can benefit from it, the better. So they will provide a link so that you can join the WhatsApp group, and also you can join the YouTube channel. The videos will be made available through this channel. Thank you very much, and have a very nice day. I think those are the questions we have for the day. Thank you very much.